Hello and welcome back to stephentozer.com.au. Today we're going to talk about 6 mistakes that property sellers make. Very common mistakes. The first one we got is waiting for the market to get better. I hear that all the time. What you've got to realise is that you're buying and you're selling, or selling and you're buying in the same market. So it doesn't matter what is really happening, because while you might get an extra $50,000 or $100,000 on your property, the property that you're looking to buy is also going up. And most likely at the same pace, it could even be going up faster. Remember, competition is going to be constant in the same market, whether you're buying or selling. And really, who says it's going to get better? The market is what the market is, and international events can have a big bearing, or the government on some of the decisions they make can make some big variations in the market. And that's both going up and going down. So just be really wary about that. When you're ready to go in the market, don't go into the market before your property is presentable. Make sure it's cleaned, it's decluttered, your lawns are manicured and your hedges are trimmed and all that sort of thing. Make sure your property's right to get that photo right, because that's the draw card that's going to bring everybody in, whether you're using the internet or whether you're using the newspaper. If you need to, get a stager to help you to improve the look of your home. Get some neutrality of the look of your home, and get some nice colours and good layout. And it's amazing what those people can do. They're not necessarily cheap, but they'll get you some great results and maybe get you some extra dollars for your property. Reducing your price by little. Unfortunately, this tends to happen a little bit. People are overshooting the mark and really hoping for a lifestyle they're trying to achieve, and hoping the market is going to supply that. And what ends up happening, particularly in a buoyant market, is they start reducing it little by little, and it seems a little bit desperate. And people start to question, what is wrong with the property? Why has it been on the market so long? And what ends up happening is you end up getting less than what you would have got had you taken some of the offers in the first place, or if you'd priced it right in the first place. So get some communication, listen to the feedback through your agent of the buyers that are coming through. I mean, they are the market. It doesn't matter if a valuer says this or a bank valuer says that, or even the agent says the thing, or you think it. The person who puts the pen to paper is the one that counts. The people that are coming through the doors, they're the ones that are in the market. Maybe if you really want a good price, structure your campaign so it encourages competition, because as we know, competition will drive up your price. Another thing sellers make a mistake of is focusing on cost rather than quality. To get a great result, you need a great agent. If you've got an agent who's coming along and reducing his commission, well, why is he reducing his commission? Is it because he's really struggling to get his to get the work and to get the sales? He probably doesn't have a great background. You get what you pay for. Ask some friends, ask some family, ask the neighbours, if they've moved in recently, what the agent's like. Look at the agent's websites. Look at the sales around the place. Read their clients' testimonies. Look at how you can communicate with the agent. Look at his drive and what sort of commitment he has. Number 5 is don't dismiss the first offer. This is a very common mistake. I even see sometimes where people sort of fit the first offer and they actually put their price up. What you've got to look is, we have a saying in the industry, first offer is quite often your best offer. And sometimes it can be very tempting to knock that first offer back, particularly if it's happened in the first couple of days or the first week. People have a perception that the property's got to be on the market for a period of time before they find the right buyer. Where's that line in the sand? Is it 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year? But when if a buyer comes along and makes you an offer in the first day, people might think, I've priced it too cheap. Even if they offer you full list price, they think, I must have it too cheap. Look at, it's not how long the property's been on the market, but how long the buyers have been in the market. Your agent may be working with those buyers for a while. Those buyers may have missed 2 or 3 properties in the last 2 or 3 weeks, so they've become a little bit more desperate. But really look at what you're doing. And if you're dismissing your offer, and after about 30 days, your property starts to lose a little bit of momentum, particularly if it's a good market. So really do your research before you dismiss the offer. Look at the inspection rate, the feedback from the agents in the market, and the other comparative properties that are selling around you. Number 6, and the final one, is agreeing to too many strings. Once you get that offer and once you're going to contract, agreeing to too many strings, too many conditions on your contract. Everyone needs to make some sort of compromise to get the sale to go through, and whether that's price or settlement dates or whatever. But watch things like extended finance dates, particularly in Queensland, extended finance and pest and building inspections. I'm a firm believer that a pest and building inspection should be done within the first 7 days, because if the buyer doesn't agree or doesn't like the results that come from the building inspection, you get the property back on the market and you haven't lost momentum. So if someone who asks for 21 or 28 days on a pest and building is not good, because generally what they do is want to try and get their finance sorted first. Again, with finance, if they're asking for longer than 14 days, find out why. There might be a legitimate reason, and some of the banks may be taking a little bit longer than what the normal is. But try and find out what the norm is, especially through your agent. 14 days for finance and 7 days for pest and building is the standard and should be the go. Watch subject to sale clauses. Getting that clause done correctly is important. It must have a sunset clause, so that you can keep promoting the property, and if somebody else comes along, that the other people have got the right to go unconditional, but they've got a very short amount of time to do it, and then you can consider other offers. You don't want to get to the situation where I've heard recently where someone had a subject to sale and the wording wasn't done right. So the buyers that they're buying their property were selling their property, and they had a subject to sale on their property. So it became a bit of a chain, and there was nothing the sellers could do. So make sure the wording on your contract is done correctly. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be losing momentum and be off the market for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, waiting for your buyer that might have been very trustworthy in the first place and wasn't maybe not really going to get there, or not really going to qualify to get your property. It's important that your agent sort of makes a lot of questions. Sometimes they're personal questions about your buyer, so you can make the right decision. Because if you lose momentum, you've got to start again, and it makes your property look bad, even a good one. Okay, I hope you found that very informative. My name's Stephen Tozer, the most trusted local opinion. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.